What's going on, everybody? Today is August 1st and it is officially football season. So what's going to be happening for the next couple weeks is I'm going to be giving you my predictions on what's going to happen throughout this upcoming football season, starting with high school and then college, and then try to move up our way to the NFL. Today we're going to talk about the AISA and what I think is going to happen for the 2017 football season. We're going to first start out in Class 1A and tell you who I believe is going to finish at the top and finish at the bottom. We're going to start off on the east side, and we have to talk about this a little bit. There's really only been two teams in this division that have controlled the Class 1A east side for quite a while now, but I think a couple of new teams have gotten a few players, and I think they're starting to rally and starting to play better. But who I have in order of who I think is going to win this year, in fifth place, I have Crenshaw Christian Academy. Starting in fourth place, making the playoffs, I have Sparta Academy. The next three teams that I'm bringing up are possibly could be the best teams in 1A and maybe even the AISA. But at my number 3 spot, I'm going with Chambers. They were the Class 2016 1A runner-up last year, but I think they're going to fall to number 3 this year. At number 2, I have Abbeville Christian. And for number 1, I have Lowndes Academy. They had a spark last year, making it to the number 3 spot, and I believe they'll be number 1 on the east side this year for Class 1A. We now move to the west side, where there's 6 teams in this division. Starting off at number 6, I have North River Christian Academy. Kind of new to the AISA when it comes to football. I think only their second or third season, I'm not really sure, but I have them finishing off at number 6. Coming at number 5, I have Wilcox Academy. At number 4, making the playoff, is Southern Academy. Making the number 3 spot, I have Patrician Academy. At number 2 is South Choctaw Academy. And finishing off in the west at the number 1 spot is Marengo Academy. And if I had to pick who is going to go to Troy this year for the AISA 1A state championship, I'm going to pick Lowndes Academy versus Marengo Academy. Now, coming into Class 2A with the east side, we have 6 teams in this division. Coming in 6th place, I have Lakeside Academy. At number 5, I have Kingwood Christian. Let's see, making the playoffs at number 4 is Evangel Christian Academy. At number 3, I have Coosa Valley. At number 2, I'm going to pick Cornerstone for this one. And for number 1, I have Macon East Academy, finishing off at the number 1 spot for the east side. And now we're moving on to 2A for the west side for 2A. There's only 5 teams in this division, and this is probably the powerhouse for Class 2A. At number 5, I have Pickens Academy, and making the playoffs at number 4 will be Jackson Academy. For a number 3 spot, I am choosing Clark Prep School, and these 2 teams right here, number 1 and number 2, are possibly the best 2 teams in Class 2A, and probably could compete, and you could argue one of them could be the best team in the AISA. But the number 2 spot, I'm going with the Escambia Academy Cougars, and finishing off at the number 1 spot, I'm picking the Autauga Academy Generals. And if I had to choose right now who I think will make it to Troy for the Class 2A state championship, I believe it's going to be a repeat from last year's matchup between Autauga Academy and Escambia Academy. So that's what I have for Class 2A. Moving on to 3A, we have 6 teams in each region, and the east side is more the predominant team when it comes to Class 3A. At number 6, I have Edgewood Academy. You know, they fell off a few as some of you may know, they had the longest winning streak in high school football history, but fell off last year with going 0-10. I do believe they'll have a few wins on their schedule, but I'm picking them to finish 6th. At number 5 is Springwood. At number 4, I'm picking Lee Scott Academy. At number 3, I'm choosing Glenwood. At number 2, I'm picking Tuscaloosa Academy. And for my number 1 spot, I'm picking Bessemer Academy, probably the best team in all of AISA, not just in 3A, but the whole AISA division. They're probably the best team there is around. I mean, two-time 3A state champions and could almost go undefeated this year if I had to say. Now we're moving on to the west side. For the 6th place, I have Hooper Academy. At number 5, I'm choosing Fortdale. For number 4, making the playoffs, I'm choosing Morgan Academy, just squeaking in there. For number 3 and number 2, this is a tough decision of who I had to pick, but for number 3, I'm going with Northside Methodist Academy. And at number 2 spot, I'm picking Pike Liberal Arts. And for number 1 academy on the west side, I am choosing the Monroe Academy. And if I had to choose right now who would be in the state championship in Class 3A, I'm picking a 3-time 3-peat rematch between Bessemer Academy and Monroe Academy. And it should be a great year for the AISA. A lot of great schools getting recognized, a lot of talent all over the field, and it's going to be a fun year. And we're getting closer to football season, so I hope you're just excited as me, and I just can't wait for this season to start coming up.